What's with the glare? Is the mask making you uneasy? Is it the horizontal crescent, gold eyes, or the big mouth and fangs? Neither. I'm already used to it after a few minutes. Not just flattering you. Well, don't get lakeside or sick or anything. Please. Masquerades don't exactly have punch bowls to assuage queasiness. We find the lake pretty calming. I paused it to allow momentary silence between us to sink in like a stone descending underneath our boat, or a school of fish ascending to inspect our giant hovering capsule, no matter how often the fish could remember. They can say anything they want about it. Memory doesn't make it so. And hey, who's the ones on this side of the lake that couldn't remember more? Therefore, being the cornerstone of a new food chain, or was the redeemed paternal, maternal, new fire bearers. You know, you ought to admit a punch bowl filled with soda submission, or whatever it is you like to drink with the mask on. Add a straw cup while you're at it. Ha-ho. A centrifugal motion jerk made me nearly lunge forward, as though this boat had state-of-the-art brakes that even Lyndon B. Johnson would want in a car. I've been looking around at the sky and visible grassy banks and twinkling spangled diamonds on the water that seemed to go back as far as an ocean horizon, where they'd say you'd reach England if you went far enough, when I heard shuffling notebook paper. From where he produced such a product, I couldn't fathom. He was writing down my suggestions, or at least one of them. I thought straws were in everybody's favor. I mean, it ain't like you can be allergic to them like mangoes or bees, unless ideally you're that kind of allergic to plastic, which would be really rather unfortunate. Lakeside ho! Where? What? Who? My trance shattered like a vase. Ha! Who? We're there. Come, choose a mask. Maybe an owl? My train of thought had screeched to a stop just before a painted tunnel, I hope. Or this guy would keep running and I would be slamming into the wall. The lake house was of average size, red shingles, black door, white sidings, window curtains drawn, gilded roof, flower beds on the porch. Welcome that. Did he summon it? Was it always here? Whether this was a residence on the side or only a gathering house, the host wanted it to look lovely on the exterior, as it should. But no balloons, no stereo cranked up to where you could feel the pounding beat, reverberation, no overlapping jabber. How polite are they? Nah. Maybe for birthdays. I intended as well as anybody to compliment the house itself. Sticking out as a new guest was not my intention, however. They could just as well have designed particular masks based on how long one attended and or how many, or blend in all special why their mask was different. I wouldn't even stick up like a crazy straw. If I did, I would embrace it. Theories come rushing my way, as you may easily guess by now. I consider I strolled in even more casually than I actually was cautious, as though this were my soiree and I the host. Never mind if this yo-yo were. It didn't really survey as much until I hoped to blend in, and he didn't exactly get a shout out from the welcoming committee either. Not too much to report on the interior. Flowers pink, white lily, designs on the wallpaper. Rectangle of a blaring stark white light above the tables. It flickered once. Many stools, kind of a mid-50s, 70s culture clash blend, shag carpeting, blue and red and green lava lamps scattered about, a beige staircase on the left with a front door, somehow indicating this was actually a basement masquerade that didn't match my perspective of the exterior of the building. Oh, the masquerade! All the guests were wearing different colored sweaters, some blue and brown and black, and some all of them, and all wearing animal masks. Are animals the theme today? Tonight? I inquired a random female patron. Theme? Oh yeah, tomorrow will be insects. Her clear enough voice resonated through a rabbit mask even more than Mr. Scary Mask. Tomorrow? You come here every day? Like a job? Sure, we enjoy the interaction before and after branching off to our businesses. Stay casual. I like your mask, she complimented. What? Oh, I'm not wearing one. Yeah, neither am I. Nor panties, she said with no ounce of sarcasm. She walked away from stupefied eye. Like I didn't hear her right. Over, indeed, to a punch bowl's ladle. I promptly found Mr. Onibaba mask and asked if the rabbit was the whore of the crowd. I'm not sure how you mean. She tells us all about her undergarment mishap. She keeps changing them why and where she lost them. A rabbit can't be late for a date, as anyone well knows. Pandas can wait. I let this sink in and responded with levity. Well, damn. Had I received an RSVP? I have not only worn a rabbit mask myself, but helped myself to Mr. Jack as a name to help her options and mindfully take my time. Not even chuckle. What's it take to make people focus on acting to laugh and break character around here? What does RSVP even mean here? Really super vain people? This is confusing to you? We play a constant game of random things about ourselves that relate to our masks and guess if it's currently true or not. But why didn't you let me in on that when we were crossing the lake? We're all winners when we find out there are things of past or future tense. But you're an honest noob, so you deserve to know better. Fair enough. And no thanks to her comment, Miss Playboy Plenty, off-duty, bending over the blue plastic-covered table for a piece of carrot cake. I just had to peer over at. What a tall tale for a... What a tale for a tall tale. I wanted to find out if there were any other white hair someplace else on her, but not only to fight her age, but might win a cosplay award, but for going all out, but it seems like a tractor being beacon my conscience. Up the staircase, the light over on there was as though whomever owned this house had to venture up and down to check everything more than once. Not just the flashing light. The more I focused, the more muffled and blotted out the discussion was around me, as though they were something sturdier than tribal. Halloween or custom-made masks even more than when they spoke to me. Like the same beacon as what first brought me into that Preternatural Swamp. Like the transport across the lake, I found myself drifting. More than bouncing over to the stairs and nobody objected. Like indeed, like a dream. You just find yourself there. It was not a tall staircase, I remember that. Average length up to a sort of secluded bedroom with no bed or living room. No living room. To my right, at the top of the stairs, was an old recyclable box big enough for a TV to have first been in. I had not noticed a TV on down there, but it was packed to the brim with something, and not even securely taped shut so that anybody like me couldn't just go snooping around like a hat box or fishing for winning numbers or a cooler. I trusted that sense of beckoning having gotten me this far to a type of civilization, at least, let alone English-speaking one. But upon pulling open a flap, I found myself staring at a pile of faces, eyes closed, expressions at peace, like a person slumbering or dressed up in a casket. I picked up a woman's face and wondered if it was the rabbit masked one. It seemed like it matched her voice. Brunette, blemishes, cheekbones, long eyelashes. I tried examining under, but no indication of harm nor blood. No cuts akin to dismemberment. "All right, Mr. Penn, your time out in the sun is up. Come have tea time," the nurse advises, upon rolling Robert Penn's wheelchair indoors.